Okay, class, to continue, we have here another distillation setup, which is given a special terminology, and we call it the reflux condensing setup. It is basically distillation, but in this case, it is more of a so-called reflux condensing. So, or some would simply call it refluxing. Reflux, the term implies, the liquid delivered could eventually be returned back into the receiving end of the apparatus. So the boiled liquid goes up, eventually siphoned back into this same container as the receiver of the siphoned material containing our desired organic extract. So this is another classic setup in organic chemistry. Okay, so let me get into this. So usually we heat our distilling flask here. Then we have a special apparatus here. This is what we call the reflux tube. Okay. If you could notice, there are loop tubes, parts of the tubes here which allow for the siphoning of the liquid as this tube got filled and eventually returned into this receiving end. On top, we have our reflux condenser. Again, as the term implies, condenser. This allows for the entry of cool water and eventually the exit of warm water to continuously cool evaporating liquids that might come into this area to eventually condense and reflux back into our receiving reflux tube here to eventually fill this and drain our extract in this receiving area, which also acts as our boiling area. So that is what we call it refluxing or reflux condenser, reflux distillation setup. So again, we have our reaction flask or boiling flask, we have our reflux tube, and our reflux condenser. So that makes up the reflux condensing procedure and apparatus setup. Okay?